Hello, everyone. Ohayo gozaimasu. Welcome to Ohio Anime Irashaimase. It's the anime podcast that doesn't take place in the morning, but it is morning in Japan. So that's how we're getting away with it. My name is John, and I'm joined, as always, by, well, not as always, but it seems like always pretty much now, Phil and Andrea. How's it going?
Hey, greetings and salutations. Doing well.
Phil, you hear you're under the weather?
A little bit. A little cold, yeah. Well,
Okay.
I'll soldier on. Yeah.
Yeah, the Packers and their win didn't give you the strength. So,
I mean, it helps. Doesn't hurt.
yeah. Mm-hmm. And Andrea, welcome back. Oh, we can't hear you. Well, Andrea gets that going. Let's get everything rolling here as far as introductions. Thank you to all the new subscribers of the channel. We appreciate that. On YouTube, but you can find us in all kinds of places. We're on podcast directories under Popcast on the Rocks. That's our main show title. Oh, I hear Andrea. But yeah, this is the anime focused one. We've been covering now Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider. We talked about the first 3 episodes last time. Now we've got the next 3 episodes for this week. So you're following along. You can enter the chat in either YouTube, X, or Twitch, and I should see it. And we can show it on the screen, and we can engage with whatever fun things you have to contribute with about Tojima. So before we get there, let's just check in. Is there any brand new something or another that's blowing up on that you guys have seen that we must know about?
Is there anything brand new? I don't.
Well, it's not. It's not blowing you away because you know it right away.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Guess not.
Phil doesn't keep things to himself.
True.
That's a good point. Yeah, I suppose we just know about it throughout the week. Like, oh my God,
No, nothing new.
You, Andrea?
No, I don't think so. I was trying to think. I felt like you kind of shared a lot of like media news and entertainment news throughout the week. So I was trying to think if there was something that I was just like, what? But I think it was all kind of regular cinema-y type things.
Sure. I saw. Yeah. I did see. We went to the new Wicked movie this weekend, which was really good. And they were at the theater. They were playing the new JJK movie, and I was just like,
"Oh, fun!
I'll go to that." And then we went with her, Dana's mom and sister, and the older sister. And she's like, "Well, I already bought the tickets for Wicked, so I'm gonna see."
You can exchange them.
Yeah, true. But I saw Wicked, which was really good. They just do an incredible job, even if you don't like generally musicals. You know, Ariana Grande and the other chick, I forget her name. So
Cynthia Erivo.
Cynthia Erivo, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened to the promotion for this? Because I remember I had it, I think, in my calendar, like, hey, Jujutsu Kaisen movie is coming out. And I didn't think of it until you mentioned it just now. Because, you know, with Demon Slayer, they had on the front page of Crunchyroll every time you'd log in, get your tickets now. You know, I'd see, places setting up posters and.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because it's not a full on standalone movie. I read a spoiler review today, and it seems more like the Demon Slayer movie they did a couple years ago, where they did the last like 2 episodes of the district. What's the
there should be an incident. It should be a district.
Right. Well, in the Demon Slayer, it was like the last 2 episodes of the last season and the first episode of the Swordsmith.
Yeah, the train.
Arc.
No,
it was the one after Mugen Train. Something.
Okay, I didn't.
They're like in the city. Doesn't matter. But it wasn't like a
The
full-on movie.
Entertainment District arc.
It was the
Yeah.
it was the end of Entertainment District and the start of Swordsmith Village.
Okay.
Anyway, it wasn't a full. It wasn't like the Chainsaw Man movie. It wasn't like JJK Zero. That's what this new one is. It's like the whole last season of JJK condensed into like 40 minutes of just like a smashed together update reminder, and then there's like 40 minutes of new content, which is like the first couple episodes of the new season, I believe. So it's not truly like a movie in the way that Chainsaw Man was, or in the way that the new Demon Slayer movie was.
Sure.
Maybe that's why they didn't feel the need to like advertise as much as those movies did.
Yeah.
It just
Could be. Well, and you brought it up, the Chainsaw Man movie. That's the other news thing that, is like that's available now digitally or whatever. You can purchase it.
Yeah.
So whenever you guys manage to see that, let me know.
Soon.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'm gonna look right now how much it is to stream. Like
well, don't keep it to yourself, Phil.
I'll let
I bet it's a bunch right now. I'm gonna guess $24.99.
I'm gonna guess $14.99.
Wow, $10.
If I had to guess, I would guess closer to what John said. Just,
why don't you guess $19.99 then, and we'll see. We'll prices right this bad boy.
$19.99 to rent, $25 to buy, $24.99.
There it is. Yeah.
But I wonder if it'll come down. But I would pay. I mean, you might as well just pay to buy it at that point.
Yeah,
I mean, you'd pay that in theater tickets anyway. And honestly, like sometimes it's really nice to watch at home.
Often, yeah, it's cool to watch it in theater.
Yep. Well, yeah, excited to hear what you guys think about it. I'm very pumped for the next season of Chainsaw Man. And,
I mean, I called it out. I'm sorry, Phil, but like that was a very smooth little twirl sneeze. And I'm right back in it.
Right back in. I was gonna mute myself like a true professional, but I couldn't do it in time.
Yeah, just
clearly not a true professional.
Came out of nowhere.
Yep, stuck up on me there.
It's all right. Okay, well, that's sort of the news. Well, there's going to be a whole pile of it after Christmas here because a whole bunch of things are starting up. And
what are people most excited for? Most excited for?
Well,
of the new
first thing came in my head is Ghost in the Shell.
Oh.
So we both said not new properties.
What did you say, Andrea? I missed it.
Freerun.
Okay. Same. I'm most excited for Freerun.
Technically, yes, because it's I don't know, but when's Chainsaw Man start? Is that also startup right around then? Because
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
I mean, Freerun is one of the best shows in a long time. I mean, it's just it's a little different, super high quality. So I am very excited for season 2. The reason I say Ghost in the Shell is because this is based more, to my understanding, off of the manga. It's been a long time since I've cared about Ghost in the Shell or something, and it's by the studio that's doing Dawn to Dawn. So it's a different take. It's a different studio. It's, I think it could be good.
So were you saying Chainsaw Man season 2 or JJK season 2 or the next season?
Chainsaw.
I'm saying that there isn't like a confirmed season. Like there's not it's expected to be announced at the 2026 Jump Festa, which I think is a pretty big con. I've heard of it before. I don't know where it is, maybe in LA or something. But there's no official season 2 release date.
Okay.
Yeah, the movie.
So that's not mine.
So unless you know more than I do,
no. So yeah, I must have been getting wires crossed with Jujutsu Kaisen or something.
Maybe, yeah, that comes out. That is January, I do believe, as well.
I feel like there's a little bit of like jumbling of releases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like JJK, like it could have been just like your mind paired the two movies and then just like moved into like, JJK's like new season plus Chainsaw's new, you know what I mean? It just feels all a little blended together right now.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, well, let's blend all our thoughts together and
smooth.
go over new Tojima episodes.
Yeah.
I kind of fired through these after our last episode, so it's been like a week since I watched them.
Yeah.
I sort of did all 3 back to back. So
Nice.
again, episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Yep.
And then, I mean, that worked out because at the time, watching this in English, there weren't any more available.
Sure.
But at the same time, kind of ready to keep going, and so.
And now
you
can.
guys, did you space them out, or did you just, Andrew? Did you space these out, or did you kind of pile through them all at once?
I piled through all of them at once today.
Okay.
I've had some stressful times the past couple of weeks, work and home, so I've really not had a lot of time for watching things.
Sure.
But got through them all today.
Nice.
Very good. There we go. So,
Excellent.
Yeah, I always say that with the podcast. We've talked about that before. It helps keep you watching some stuff. Because a person can get lazy or like really behind or one facet or another of life, something, and it's like there's just other things,
Yeah.
And
Totally.
And it's been good. Sometimes shows, watching shows that I not super excited for, or just shows that I wouldn't have kept going on for one reason or another. There's tons of shows that I watch. It's like, for whatever reason, I'm not motivated to keep going. But when I get to the end, I'm happy I did. So
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. I actually rewatched the whole season after the last podcast.
Oh, fun.
So I was like I was like folding laundry or packing. I don't remember. It was like before Thanksgiving. We were taking a trip to see family. And so I was like packing and stuff. And so I rewatched them, I think like Thanksgiving night. So we were heading out the next morning. And I have a bunch of like notes and thoughts about the first 3 episodes that we watched that are relevant to the whole show. That I want to mention, if I could.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lay it on
like
us.
the rapid fire section of the podcast. Okay.
Lightning round.
So, do you remember in the last podcast episode when I was like, we were talking about how like the cool, just like fun, like music and sound effects, and just really added a fun element to the show. And I was like, yeah. In one of the episodes, like the first episode, there's just like, he's like fighting those guys on the riverbank and there's just like cool sound. And I was like, and then you guys are like, yep, tell us more. And I was just like, I can't remember exactly what sound, but it's cool. And it was like very anticlimactic reveal. But when I went back and rewatched it, it's like the old timey Western, like gunslinger duel, like, wah wah wah, like
for sure.
So it's like and 2 guys are like, people are like sizing each other up before they're like, do you see a lucky punk? They're like, I think it adds fun like genre, like different genre stuff like that into it, which makes it really cool. And it goes along with the sound effect thing. Also going along with that, one of the other ones I'd forgotten about, but I wanted to re-mention is that when the teacher, when Tackle's student that has a crush on her is having his fantasy when he's following her, and when he's like breathing hard, there's like a train whistle. It's just a great little touch. Like when he's breathing, it's like coming out like a train whistle. It's just so funny. It's just so well done. I just think it's just like well directed show to add those little kind of tricks in that make it just that much more enjoyable. And then, do you remember when I was like, maybe Shocker isn't human? And Andrew's like, maybe Phil, you're talking about things that already. I went back and rewatched. At the end of episode 3, the Shocker monster does say, just everyday humans, but you brought down a combatant with ease. So I was like, okay, I wasn't giving spoilers because that was in episode 3 that he referred to them as just humans. So I also wanted to remind the viewers, because we talked about like the like foot soldiers, like what are they called? But they very specifically call them shocker combatants. So I thought that was good to make the public, our fans, know about. Since we talked about that, do you guys think that Tojima sounds a little bit like Joe from Family Guy? It sounds a little bit like Patrick Warburton, the English.
I would have to listen again. I will think about it next
think about
time.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that immediately, but I'll listen.
Okay, listen for it. Also, speaking of Family Guy, there's a scene at the end of it's in episode 3, towards the end of the diner scene, when he was like they were both, he and the waiter guy and his girlfriend had already gone away at that point. Her and her husband, and they were trying to decide if they should like meet again and talk, and he was just like, do you think we should do this again? Like share facts, tell you about how I decided to become a Kamen Rider? And I was like, I think that's like a Stewie working on your book, Stewie and Brian working on your book reference. I'm 95% sure that's a Family Guy reference. It's like too perfect. And he keeps like going up and is like,
all right, I'll watch that again.
Go back and watch that again. I was just like, this show does so many fun things. I was pretty positive.
Have a protagonist,
right?
Fight a battle.
It'd be great. And then, we talked a little bit about the fact that, Tojima like grew up with a single parent and was like alone a lot, and then Tackle was raised by like a single dad, presumably. But then the brothers also like raised by grandparents, kind of a non-traditional like grandparents murdered in front of them while they were little, like a lot of childhood trauma, I think, is the underlying theme for all of these people. But
yeah, I gotta just add on that for a second to say this is like a very Disney cast here, because all of our Disney protagonists have like no parents, or they lose them right away. Right. So this is all like very Disney-fied. You know, we either have like single parents, abandoning parents, murdered, parents in the form of grandparents. Like, we don't do happy families and happy childhoods.
No, we do not. Well, that's what it shows.
I mean, it's definitely a common thing for anime to like just do something to get the parents out of the way. But the difference here, I guess, is that they're older, so they wouldn't have to have an excuse to get rid of the parents.
Exactly. There's no like convenient trips that people have to take, or like I have a work thing and I'm going to be away, or you know what I mean? Like there's nothing. You don't have to do that, but yet I don't know. Maybe the show's making a point about their maturity levels being stuck somewhere in that high school mentality. But yeah, it is just funny to like have all of these kind of similar things.
Yeah. So that actually made me want to. So this show is interesting in the way that it's like frequently funny and goofy and does like a lot of different it really shifts its tone pretty rapidly from thing to thing, because sometimes it's very funny, and then sometimes you have a granny being just brutally murdered by a shocker monster, like in a flashback. I was just like, geez. I mean, sometimes it doesn't pull any punches, and sometimes it's like, I don't, there's just shows where people never actually get killed, and there's shows where people actually die. This is apparently one of those shows. So,
Oh no, go ahead, John. I'll say my thing later.
I think it's I think that's one thing that anime does so well outside of other, again, if you want to call anime a genre, it's not really a genre, but still medium. They do so well in rocketing you back and forth between tonality. Yeah. And I think a lot of things would be afraid to do that. And maybe for good reason sometimes. I think that might be part of the reason anime doesn't translate as well to live action sometimes. There's a reality of seeing human beings on screen, and to shift that, I don't know, that's a difficult thing to do. And I think it's really fun when it's done right. I don't know what the formula is for that. I think you have to go start and establish your show as silly,
Sure.
and over the top, and then you're kind of free to surprise people with weight,
with emotion
and gravity. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If you go the other way around, like if you were to open the show and this is heavy and dark, and then you add in the brevity, I don't know. I think that makes it. You got to be more careful with that.
I agree. I think a lot of shows have done that. That's a good point, John. Like Delicious in Dungeon was that way a little bit. There's some definitely darker and more violent parts as you get further into the show. And it's like the opposite of like I won't watch Goblin Slayer because I just heard the very first episode was just horrible, like super hyper violent and like sexual violence. And I'm just like, nah, no thanks. There's so much else stuff to watch. I don't need to watch that. But I'm sure I've also heard it's very good. But it's just like you're gonna just fully start off that way. Like you already probably lost some people, not everyone, but
But I don't know how the rest of the show goes because
I don't either.
You say people seem to say it's really good.
I've heard it's
but
good.
I don't know if it's as. The reason you would do that would be exactly to weed out the people that aren't interested in seeing that and set the tone for the rest of the show.
Maybe you want that to be the tone.
Yeah, be like, look, this is hardcore. We're going all the way. You're going to see violence and brutality.
Right.
And but from what I had understood, and maybe I've completely misunderstood this, it doesn't get that bad continuing on. It's like that's a opening shocking moment. Yeah. And then it isn't as bad as it continues, which to me is weird.
Sure.
But maybe they still have their moments throughout.
Could be.
Like it's like you never know what's going to happen in this show.
It's true. Maybe.
But okay.
I was just going to say something about translation. I think one, for translating anime like this into live action, it's hard to do these emotional and tonal shifts because, for live action, you have to do that with your whole body. You have to do that with your face. Like you have to embody like something silly to serious or serious to silly. And that has to like go through your whole being. I think it's easier to flip your voice on a dime. Like, any parent will tell you in reading a bedtime story to your kids, you can do like voices, I think a little bit easier, and you can shift your emotional delivery a little bit easier than you can, when you're trying to like do something physically and show emotion on your face. So I think that's a tough thing to ask. And you can just show that in animation on a dime and then get a voice to follow it. So I think that's a difficulty for sure. And then talking about emotional beat shifts, I really, I was also struck, Phil, by the very brutal murder of both grandparents in this, and the angst it lent to the backstory of our newer characters. But then also thinking about in the last episode, the surprise sister that I did not see coming.
No, I didn't either.
And her sharing her very emotional story about, the way that her brothers' lives and they lived them affected her and how she felt isolated. And it got to a very deep and vulnerable place.
Yeah.
And then it switched back into like, and it's my brother's wedding day.
Right.
Like, everybody is so happy we're getting married. Like, it was just so, it was so different from each other, but I really was struck by that moment. I think that's something the show has done really well, is deliver surprises and deliver surprising emotional moments.
100%. Yep.
Nice. Okay, well, that's a good list of things there, Phil. Some different thoughts. I'm trying to think back to them. Well, I want to piggyback off of the Family Guy references, and I was wondering, the interesting thing would be to watch that scene in Japanese, Is this something that a localizer was maybe even subconsciously adding, tonally, or is this something that was from the source and they also did that sort of inflection?
That's a great point. I don't know how I would. You'd have to be the one to watch that, John, because I don't know that how I would. I don't know Japanese well enough and inflections and stuff to pick up on it. Probably, maybe you don't either. Maybe you need to be a native speaker to pick up on that. I'm not sure.
But it'd be so. This was cafe scene at the end of the cafe scene.
Very end of the cafe scene.
Okay.
It was like after the girlfriend had come over and been like, "Don't you think it's a little bit tacky to be like sitting with customers?" And he's like, "Oh, you're right." She's like, "Get back to work, boss." And then he's like, "Hey, by the way, she and I are dating, and you're pretty hot." And she's probably jealous of you. And Jojima's like, "Did we need to know that?" It's a great, funny, very funny scene. I actually just rewatched it to make sure I could find the right. To make sure I wasn't imagining it when I watched it the other last week. But I was like, no, it does sound like the Stewie and Brian scene.
Okay,
I'm gonna watch that now.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. So, and then the other thing, one other thing that you brought up is the sort of Western or cowboy element.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering if that's a little bit if they have it in the original Kamen Rider show at all. There's kind of this sort of standoffs and stuff. I mean, you see this in Dragon Ball. They take long times, between, showing the legs of one, the panning legs of the other, and the dust rolls by. And, there's a lot of sort of influence of the Western in Japan. Sure. So maybe there's an element of that, and they're just taking that from the original Kamen Rider. Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. All the little extra sound effects and things really are nice touches.
They really are.
Okay, so moving through the episodes a little bit here, 4, 5, and 6, we see that, we have the unveiling that the girlfriend here is actually working for Shocker, and she calls a whole bunch of people, like surprisingly to me, anyway, she calls a whole bunch of people from around and they just drop what they're doing. One guy leaves without paying, all this sort of thing. Right. And they show up to throw down.
Yeah.
They're gonna
it's a small moment, but a very big clue into, the powers of Shocker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
how deeply they're
it's
entrenched.
A little thing, but we're like, this is what they do. Let's like mind control, basically.
Yeah.
It was a smart way to work that plot point in there.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys think the Shocker monster looks also? Yeah, he's like a tarantula. Like it's like all the. Well, I mean, the one Shocker monster is like a bat, but they're all like themed after like the heroes and the villains are all themed after like insects, kind of, or like animals, like creepy crawlies.
And it's interesting that the Predators are the evil organization. They eat insects.
Yeah, right. Spiders and
bats and spiders.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's cool. It's a fun.
This is like probably the most obvious thing to, I don't know, Kamen Rider watcher or something.
Probably.
But for us, it's like, whoa, revelation.
I did start reading a little bit about Kamen Rider because I just felt like I needed a little bit extra context for this show.
For sure.
I don't think it's necessary, but it does add to it. It was it felt like a nice, little supporting story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Very cool.
That guy doesn't mess around. That guy means business.
Yeah. So we get that. Okay, that's what, if we're going to a problem here. That's my one thing is I just got done being on a podcast last week about Frankenstein.
Yeah.
Like ranting about the construction of this film and how they're able to like tell people what's happening the whole time and how unbelievable that is. And here we have, not to that extent, but still like in the midst of battle and stuff like that. Let me stop and explain. I mean, they kind of make a joke of it a little bit, like at some point, but we have I I forget his name now, the shop owner, the restaurant owner, manager, whatever.
Mitsuba.
Mitsuba.
Yeah.
He's going through his backstory, telling everybody, you know, it made sense at the cafe, right? You can sit down. We have time. You're having your tea and whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now less so.
Yeah.
Anybody else have a problem with this?
I mean, I didn't as much here because, you know, I mean, he is like, let me tell you my story, but he's so confident that his little tensile wire is going to hold. And he's really like, I need to tell you about me. And it only ends up lasting for like 3 minutes. It's not like an hour and a half where Frankenstein is.
I think it's kind of his shtick too. It's kind of his shtick. And then
clearly
it's like him wanting to tell these long stories and Tojima always being like, yes, I have several hours to spend listening to your stories.
Yes.
And so it's like
and his girlfriend too, when he's like, oh, you're going to get so sick of me. Because he clearly is alluding to the fact that he can't shut up about, you know, Kamen Rider and the Shocker organization, and she's just sitting there like, yes, hours of info, you know. Yeah. So I think it is a gag for him. If they start doing it other places, it's not going to be, you know, as effective. But
Yep.
Also, oh my goodness, with these water flotation devices.
I know.
I think it's just the angle.
It is, but they're like, come on, it's like a basketball. Like,
they're pretty big.
I noticed that too while watching. I was like, big boobs is funny. This is a little bit redonkulous right now.
This is, I know Phil's show type. I can tell like when Phil's going to like the show now.
Hey, come on now. I watch a lot of different kinds of shows. But yeah, that's fair.
I'm
pretty sure this is bigger than her students' fantasy even.
I know. It's sometimes, I mean, it's the perspective is not, it's not working. It's still,
it's a perspective.
But it's the see if a camera, it's kind of like a fisheye, but it's you know,
convinced.
So we have this this battle, and what did you guys think of the girlfriend here? Conflicted, you know. I was surprised, but then we kind of get the reveal that she doesn't have much of a choice. There's a level of control here that has to be broken.
Like compulsion kind of thing.
Yeah.
And brainwashing.
Yeah, I liked that bit a little bit better when she was sort of, you know, it still felt like just her waffling about Mitsuba. She's like, well, I have to end it now, even though I just made this big confession about how much I love you and you love me, but it's over. You have to die. And I was just like, really? Not gonna think about it like a minute more, you know? And then she got more conflicted, and I appreciated that more.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I agree, because it was, I guess it just wasn't clear at first that she had the control over her like that, and so it felt odd.
Yeah, it felt anticlimactic after, you know, Mitsuba stood up for her and was defying his brother, which was clearly a big thing, you know, and he was like, I believe in you. And as a viewer, you were like, what? He really took a chance and you're getting rewarded with a slap in the face? No.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So I appreciated it later when she got, you know, the full mind voodoo, you know, and was really trying to fight that off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. But then it was good how she ends up getting broken, you know, her control's broken. That's good. It's exciting. And then, you know,
she ends up a bride, man.
Yeah. It's quickly done.
Yeah.
Quick engagement. Yeah.
That whole thing was hilarious. Just like, are you going to marry her? What? Now that my brother brought it up, let's get married. Oh, let's go to our sister's pub, and I'm just going to have a wedding ceremony. We're all going to act like this is fully legit.
Totally normal. Right. And he just like marries them. We're married now.
Right. He doesn't even finish anything. And everybody just starts acting. Everybody starts acting like they're married.
Like, do you know anything about marriage legality in Japan, John? There needs
Nope.
to be like some sort of religious leader. Have to get maybe like at the very least a form signed by the local government or.
Yeah, that I do not know. I
imagine.
suspect so.
But there gotta be something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we had this. So I just had on the screen a second ago to the bad guy. They're fighting here now.
Spider.
I was like, so we have the brother show up and he fights against Tojima. There's sort of a conflict here between. Once again, these guys are all kind of protective of their version of Kamen Rider and all that sort of thing. And they have this sort of battle, which I like how they're distinguishing people a little bit, what they contribute. You know, Tojima is like, he's got the big one punch power. And that seems tied. He seems tied a bit to his like emotionality and willpower and some of that. And then you've got the brother here who's real cool, and he's clearly spent a lot of time training to actually fight. So he's maybe not quite as strong, but he's got the moves. And then you've got his brother Mitsuba, who is looking like he's gonna have maybe some gadgets or something. You know, he's got his arm thing he made, which is cool. So he's got some level of like inventing abilities. And then you've got Tackle, who's really doing a lot of like takedowns and sort of judo things, lots of throws.
I was just gonna say that judo throws. So I like how they're establishing them all in that way, that they'll contribute something different to the group. And then you know, when they're facing off against this new big bad, I thought they did a pretty good job of like making you scared of him. These, you know, they seem like they don't stand a chance, but then they managed to surprise him a little bit. You know, they have the ability to contain him for a moment. There's a little bit of teamwork, and you know, and Tojima lands a good punch before too much attention's attracted. Because so I was wondering, it's like, well, how is this going to resolve that? Right.
You know.
Yeah, they can't defeat him really at this stage.
No,
I wouldn't have believed it. You know what I mean? So how are they going to de-escalate and get out of here without, you know? That was a good moment.
It was. I thought it was hilarious that all the bystanders are like, "What's going on?" And the one chick's like, "Who knows? Let's get out of here." Like, they didn't care at all. Like, the monster probably could have just kept fighting him, and they would have. It wasn't as big of a deal as he thought. It was great.
Yeah.
Things might have got out of hand, though. You know, who knows? And if people start dying, you know, for a while, they're like, "Oh, it's a show," or you know, that's what they always do. Is like, is someone filming a movie or whatever? But you reach a certain point where, and that shows again the secrecy of Shocker, which it makes sense. This makes sense for the situation because you have all these people that are part of Shocker that no one has any idea about. They don't even know the organization is real. And so, you can't blow your cover like that.
Well, and they clearly take, secrecy super seriously because, you know, the girlfriend, Yukarisu, I think, you know, is sent to infiltrate and spy on people who they suspect know about Shocker. She can't be the only one. I mean, you know, this is part of their deal is to keep themselves on the down low. And then at the end of the fifth episode, when the spider guy leaves, he has that cool dart thing out of his mouth and just
what's up with that? He's
like
turning people into
dissolves
mush.
the bodies. Like what?
Yeah, that's weird.
So I mean, like, so are all members of Shocker not human?
I don't think so.
Does this only work on, you know? Does this only work on them, or could he feasibly dart our heroes here and they all just become mush too? You know, I don't know. That seems like a dangerous thing that he would be trying to do if that was possible.
Right.
Yeah.
They aren't super clear in this episode. They definitely make distinctions about combatants, and they talk about cyborgs for the riders, but they don't. But they say like some people are human plus cyborg, some people are full cyborg. So maybe the Shocker organization's kind of also some, you know, like some people are human and maybe like part monster, you know. but they don't make it very clear, because they do say sometimes like, oh, you regular humans just took down a squadron of combatants, but it doesn't necessarily mean
they're not human. They might have
yeah, exactly, that they're fully not human or shocker monsters. It just means like maybe they're a little different. I don't know.
And I'd be curious if shocker monsters were once human and they were turned into shocker monsters by the organization with some sort of like, you know, Hydra type like body, like human modifications, or like, are they like aliens, like this group of like otherworldly creatures or monsters who are like running the show, but they came from elsewhere?
Yeah, we still haven't gotten an explanation for Yukarisu's like blue and purple skin.
Right.
You know, we've all been just we've just all been kind of accepting it for the moment because they've got bigger fish to fry.
Right.
But eventually, I think we're going to have to address that. Is it makeup?
Yeah.
Is it that she's an alien? You know what I mean? Like, what is this?
Yeah. I think all will be revealed in due time, as they say. I'm very curious how this will.
You have a feeling?
I'm feeling. Well, I have watched a couple more episodes than we're talking about tonight, but even still, I don't have, even with what I know, and I want to talk about too much. I don't want to spoil anything for the next couple episodes, but I don't have a good sense still, even now.
Okay.
Of like exactly how it works. I have a couple of tidbits I think that I'm not going to say because it would spoil a little bit, but nothing big and concrete.
Sure.
Okay. I'm trying to look at some of my notes here on other things I want to call out, and nothing real big is standing out that I haven't said already.
Yeah.
Just saying that you really do have a good one there. If she's going to sit there and listen to all you just blabber on about Kamen Rider forever, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know.
True. Yeah.
I thought one of the chokes that one of them was doing wasn't very well executed. Could have drawn that differently or something. And then there's a line, "Pig out on the days you strike out." What those?
Say again.
Pig out on the days you strike out.
Oh yeah, that was a good line.
So,
yep. I like that. There was a line in there. It was kind of funny. I think one of the shocker monsters said something like, "All of you shitty humans should die," and so I was just like, "Oh, another." But again, it's like it doesn't mean they didn't used to be human. Now they're like evolved beyond that, and so they might still think it down on humans. But
that's true.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was. Oh, go ahead.
No, I mean, I was gonna plow forward with something. So you first.
No, I was changing the subject. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just thinking about, the distinction between, potentially some of the human evils and the intertwining with the Shocker organization. What did you think of like the Yakuza scenes at the end here?
Oh, yeah.
I was kind of wondering when we were going to get back to some of the people that we were first introduced to. And maybe I had thought, the one guy who was the monster was going to eventually evolve into Shocker. But that's, the story zigged where I thought zag. So this is totally different now. But yeah, we had this Yakuza deal, but then it turned into Fight Club night.
Yeah, that was weird.
Which I know you're not supposed to talk about Fight Club, but here we are.
First two rules.
But yeah, but then it came back to our original guy, Nakao, I think his name is, and then our new spider guy.
Right.
What? They were going to go head to head.
Right.
What'd you guys think of that? Kind of was that like a fun plot direction? Did you enjoy those scenes? Wonder where they were going to go?
I thought it was a weird departure, but I think it's building to some. I mean, it's important. I think for future, like mini arcs and stuff. Like
story,
story, future story, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good point. So when I saw it, I thought it was interesting how the guy that we've seen be defeated a lot is the guy that's winning, so it's setting up, I think it's setting up a power structure and scale well, where it's like our heroes really are pretty good. Like they do, they are competent in some way. Definitely. Because you got this guy who amongst normal people is able to like bam, 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 against let's say normal thugs, even normal people
Well, he
that
beat up
are
those
used to
cops
maybe
too.
roughing
He beat
people up.
he beat up those cops in front of the convenience store too. So
Yeah. So, but people like Tojima and Tackle make him look like nothing.
right.
So I don't know. I to me, I saw it as maybe this is he gets the chance here to graduate to real Shocker. That was where I thought here.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
Phil knowing,
right?
Theories.
But I get it. I get it, John, because he was even talking about, I wish I had the mask I wore the one time, and he clearly wants to like develop his own, persona. Just hasn't found the right fit yet. But like you said, John, I mean, in this world, he's just crushing it, all casual and, just whatever guy comes up at me, this is adorable. I'm going to, smash you. And then, now we have a new guy from another rival clan, maybe. It's hard to tell exactly what this organization is.
Yeah. Crime family. Yeah.
Maybe it's all Shocker.
Maybe.
Right. So I like it. I think there needs to be a reason that he's introduced, and we've already gotten sort of some of his motivation, and we've gotten a little peek into him at times and how dedicated he is.
Yeah.
For him to just stay in this spot or to die right now or something doesn't seem like it makes sense. It makes sense that he maybe eventually becomes the big bad. Maybe you get some sort of powers, you become Shocker, you're granted some sort of abilities, and that can vary a lot in how strong you take them on or whatever,
Sure. Right. Yeah.
Phil, you bastard.
I mean, you're right. They certainly spend enough time on him developing his character. They're not just going to kill him off.
Right. Yeah.
Do you feel like Phil is just like virtually patting your head? Oh, your theories. They're so fun. I enjoy your stories.
Speaking of the fake Shocker thugs that work for this guy, did you guys know? I noticed on a rewatch the lackey, the fake Shocker combatant with the buck teeth, like the kind of trophy buck teeth. He got his teeth punched out in episode 2, and then again in episode 3. Like there's a teeth that gets punched and the buck teeth go flying, and then he has them again in the next episode. It happens again. I was like, that guy gets the same teeth.
Oh no!
Oh no, you froze. That is funny though. I did not notice.
I didn't either. Maybe it's like a thing like the guy in Pirates of the Caribbean where he's always losing his wooden eye. Maybe he's got like dentures that just keep getting punched out.
Or he's got a really good dentist.
Yeah. Somebody pay that man who can make that happen.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Philippi.
Hi, am I in? Not in?
You're in.
Oh, okay, great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was not in though for a minute.
You were frozen.
Yeah, just froze.
There we go. Okay, my computer just was being all janky on me for a second.
Yeah.
Never had that problem.
No, right. Computers. Yeah.
Okay.
Still like it?
Yeah.
The show? Yeah.
I do.
Good. Me too. Yeah.
I think it's a lot of, Ashley was watching a little bit with me at one point, and it was definitely like, this show seems really weird.
It is. It's weird.
It is. Mm-hmm. But part of it's part of its charm, and it just a show can be weird and then not entertaining, but this is weird and somehow intriguing, and the characters are fun and not annoying, and I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me it's not at all like Dawn to Dawn, but it's similar in that it's like weird but engaging, and exciting and funny and like
this weird group of people just finding each other.
Throws some really like it really whips you around emotionally with funny and like tragic and violent and bizarre and it's like well animated and well done and it's like fun sound effects and music and fun characters. So in those ways, even though it's nothing like Don kind of in any way, it's alike in those ways. Does that make you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
sure.
It's not like you wouldn't read the description or like a summary of the plot of these two shows and think, boy, these are similar. But when you watch them, you get, similar, like you said, similar intangibles, emotional beats, like story arcs, know. Just, I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah. I like that. I like those kind of shows. So, I'm wearing my Don shirt. So I can really it makes sense to me in my mind why I like it's the kinds of things that I think probably subconsciously look for when I'm like vetting out different shows.
Sure.
So if you like Don, check out Tojima Wants to be a Kamen Rider. And if you're watching the second of two, the second so far episodes on Kamen Rider we're doing, you still haven't watched this show, like
what are you doing?
What are you even doing with your life? Just watching podcast episodes of shows you haven't seen? Like
yeah. I mean if there's a show you're not gonna watch, it's like I watch people play video games of games I'm not gonna play because I'm not gonna play them. So
fair.
Yeah, but
good point.
All right. Well, looking forward to continuing.
Yeah.
It's how many episodes are available now, Phil? He said it's
there's like 10 total, 8 dubbed. And they seem to be dropping. It seems to be pretty consistently dropping a new episode on Saturdays, and they drop a new dub on Saturdays. So usually, so I think like they're like 2 weeks behind. So there's like always two. I think there's always 2 subtitle episodes available before this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like you're like, oh, when is this next dubbed episode going to come out? It's like some shows I feel like it's not on any sort of a schedule, and this one it seems like it's weekly, just like the episode drops, but it's a couple weeks behind. So
nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, about to do it from us. There's one thing it's totally out of place here, but I wanted to just recommend it because way back at the beginning of the show, talked about seeing new stuff or not. And there's one thing.
I have one thing to do.
Okay. I just watched that is anime adjacent. So it's a Korean studio, looks like that did it. But I've been very slowly, occasionally watching through Star Wars Visions Season 2.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so, okay. So basically, back in the day, pre-Disney, they came out with a comic book series, a graphic novel called Star Wars Visions. And they gave artists the ability to just like tell whatever story in Star Wars you want, just short story. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be beholden to canon or anything like that. So they can really just kind of be creative. How do you feel like expressing yourself in Star Wars here or whatever?
Yeah.
And there's a few good stories in that. It was cool. Well, later now they did this sort of same branding on Disney Plus, Star Wars Visions, and there's now 3 seasons. I'm in the middle of season 2. And they give different animation studios kind of free license with Star Wars. So it's not canon. They can do whatever they want, sort of. They can really play with it. And so there's varying art styles, studios from over different places in the world and all that sort of thing. Season 1 is quite good. There's a number of popular anime studios that make episodes in that.
Oh, cool.
Season 2 has fewer anime things, but a wide variety. Like one was very for kids. I showed it to my kids and they liked it a lot or whatever. Sure. And then this led to there's going to be a full season of one of the anime studios doing a show.
Okay.
I don't know I think that's coming out in 2026.
Probably on Disney Plus though, right?
Yes, correct. So I'm excited for to get to season 3. Really behind, but I watched episode 5 of season 2. It's called Journey to the Dark Head, and it's 19 minutes long, and it's really good. It's it looks very anime, but high production. It's really good. I love these sort of, some of them don't do the show justice, or they're not what I'm expecting or whatever. But some of them, the ability to compress something emotional or just badass into one standalone thing that's like 15 to 20 minutes long.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. So this one, Journey to the Dark Head, episode 5 of season 2 is recommended in anime stylized.
Okay. Excellent. Cool. Thank you for mentioning that. These are like these are all like standalone episodes. They don't string together necessarily.
Correct. Like in season 1, there's one with the Jedi are literally like samurai,
cool.
but with lightsabers.
Oh, so you only have to know the basics of the Star Wars universe to like enjoy it.
You don't need to know anything, really. Yeah. But,
I mean, the very, very basics, like they use lightsabers. You know what I mean? Like very simple cultural touchstone.
I don't have to have you caught up on all the Star Wars shows that are out there.
No, this is designed to enjoy standalone
and where's
individual episodes. Okay. This is on Disney.
Can I watch this? Oh, it's on Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, they have Hulu. If I have Hulu, do I have Disney? I thought it was all the same.
Not necessarily.
You could try. You could try.
It's the same company, but
I'll see what I can scrounge out. Maybe I can. Yeah, I'll figure something out. But that sounds cool. Can I just mention too? I haven't seen this season yet, but not that it's necessarily like award-winning anime, but I do like it. It's a fun premise. But the season 3 of Record of Ragnarok just dropped on Netflix.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I think we've talked about it before. I don't know if you guys have seen any of it. I don't know that the animation quality is. I don't know. What do you think, Andrea?
I saw season 1, and kind of forgot to get back into season 2.
That's right. It's just. I don't know. It's not bad. Like I think the artistic style is good. I don't know that the animation itself is always like S tier, but I like it.
That was like a reference in a reference. Nice drop there.
But it's just a really fun show. It's like gods versus humans, and they actually use like famous historical humans in the fights against actual like gods, and the way they like choose to sort of like draw and like create the look of the god or the famous historically famous human is just fun, and how they fight and it's just a fun watch. It's not going to win any awards, but it's great, I think.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's like if Bill and Ted at the end of their excellent adventure decided to fight all the historical people they brought back in their little time machine instead of present them as part of a high school, history presentation.
Yeah. No, it's good.
How many
it is good. I enjoyed it.
I think this is the 3rd season, and I think they're like 12 episode. Let me look. So
it's on Netflix, right? Still?
Yeah, it's like a Netflix. I think Netflix. It's like one of those ones that I think Netflix actually like.
Did they produce it?
Or like paid for it to be like the. To be like the sole like distributor or whatever.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I remember that would be one if we had time to get back into, because I know Ashley really liked it. She's really into all that. So. Oh, sure.
Yeah, it's like 3 12-episode seasons. So
wait, I'm thinking of the wrong show. I'm thinking of Blood of Zeus.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
That is different, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was good.
Yes, that was a good show.
Too. Record of Ragnarok is more of like a tournament style show. It's like if you took a show and you took its tournament arc and then just made that the whole premise of the whole show for a show. So right. It's like the gods every 10,000 years have to decide if they're going to let humans continue to exist or completely wipe them out. And the gods
they decide
are like,
via battles.
Well, they actually initially they're like, the humans are being real shitty. We're actually going to decide to wipe them out. And then 3 Valkyrie sisters who are half human, half god are like, oh, hey, just pump the brakes. Let's at least give the humans a chance to like fight for their lives. Yeah. And so they're like, okay, well, and then Zeus is like, well, then we should have a grand tournament and 10 gods will fight 10 humans in single combat. And it's cool. And every season is like 3 fights. Like it's like there's like they devote like 3 or 4 episodes to each fight. Like so. Mm-hmm. And there's some machinations in the background in the stories as well. And it's funny because all the gods are like so then there's like all these gods who are like observing in like this arena style like battle. It has a bit of a I think probably JoJo's Bizarre Adventure animation. It
definitely does.
Mm-hmm.
So
totally.
So it's fun. It's real fun, especially if you at all like historical content, like ancient religions and gods and stuff. Greek gods, they have like there's all any god you've ever heard of is in the show. Greek gods and Norse gods and Buddha. It's just like I haven't seen Jesus yet, but. And I haven't seen like Muhammad. There isn't like the gods that literal religions would be like, I'm offended by this, but
yeah.
Hey, it's someone Viking,
it's more mythology than
it's more mythology,
than direct religion. Yeah, correct. But I mean, those are obviously very intertwined concepts.
Right.
But yeah.
But now I want to see it.
This isn't much of a spoiler because it's in the first season. But like one of the historical humans who fights one of the gods is literally Adam, which is fun. So, like the first human in certain religious beliefs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, are you saying John was talking over you? You don't have to see it now. I agree.
No, I just was saying I want to see Jesus now and there.
All right.
But no, very good. Okay.
Yeah, it's fun.
Cool. Well, there's a couple recommendations for everybody, and thank you guys for joining me. Thank you everybody out there in internet land. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and all the applicable places. You should follow our friends, TrackMouse34. That's Mike. You should give a follow to Killing the Flower. They wrote our theme song for the regular show, Popcast on the Rocks. And Popcast on the Rocks is where you can find the most of our stuff on podcast directories. That's where you'll find this as well. It's all under the same feed. So follow us there. And then we'll be in 2 weeks' time. We'll be back with more Tojima. Be coming up on holidays here, coming up on Christmas. So, and then I'll have to like make some new backgrounds or do something so we're a little more Christmassy.
Sure.
Yeah. Get in the spirit.
Yeah. And then next week is the regular Popcast on the Rocks, and that will be Alien Romulus.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes. Been waiting a while to talk about that.
Yeah, we're slowly working our way through Alien. We'll be probably early next year. We'll be through it all, I'd say. So
cool.
It's crazy to think about. We're coming up on our 200th episode.
Oh my!
Wow, that's crazy.
So,
we should do a celebratory Rings of Power podcast, just to really.
What are we celebrating?
Your 200th
it's
episode.
Over? They end. Oh, wait. What?
You say you're coming up on your 200th episode? It's a great
for the 200th episode. We should celebrate by doing an episode about Rings of Power. That's what you're saying.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
John loves this idea.
Also, John, if anybody at all in your life is pressuring you to shave your mustache, don't do it. I love it. It looks great.
Okay. Thanks.
It's working for you.
All right. I gotta wear the. It was. I think I told Andrea. I'm not sure. Literally the same week, I show up with a mustache to the gym. Someone
yeah.
else does.
Yeah, you did. You told us that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That guy can shave his mustache. You leave yours.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm dad now, so I can. I think next I'll be shaving it. Probably is for like Anime Detour.
Perfect. Yeah, you can shave it then. But
yeah.
Have you already decided what you're gonna be?
I mean, I'll probably stick with Nanami yet. It's gonna keep getting hopefully better a little bit each year, and works for me.
Could be Nanami with a mustache.
Yeah.
Not really, I guess.
Yeah. But I wanted to be Captain Kishbi from. It's the same voice actor, I think, too, from Chainsaw Man.
Oh.
But I think of the meme. I think I sent it. It's like every other anime cosplayer. They're all like looking crazy and doing all this stuff. And then here comes the Chainsaw Man cosplayers in slow motion. They're all just wearing suits, So
right.
It's one of those things you kind of need a group. I feel like almost to make that all work.
Sure.
Because there's a couple characters that stand out, and if you're all together, then it's like, oh yes, that's this person.
Right.
So
yeah.
But
with lots of time still. Lots of time.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. All right. Well, very good. Thank you guys for being here, and we'll see everybody next time.
Sounds good.